Alrighty, good evening and happy Wednesday as we welcome you back to the Jim Myers Gymnasium here in Logan. Shane Combs along with Dewey Daly bringing you tonight's coverage. Game 2 of our Division IV District Semifinal doubleheader is a rematch between last year's District quarterfinal. It's Gallia Academy taking on Logan Elm. Shane, glad to have you back here on the call. What should be an outstanding rematch between these two teams here in the district tournament.
Yeah, no question about it. We knew we'd have some good ones. I thought the first one was really good. I thought Circleville was impressive, and Waverly had an outstanding year. And now we turn the page to this Logan Elm and Gallia Academy. You and I had a chance to do part one, if you will, a year ago in the tournament, and boy, was that fun. So I can't imagine tonight not being more of the same.
So we mentioned Gallia Academy coming into tonight. They're 23-0. They went 14-0, obviously undefeated in the OVC. Their last loss as a program was to Logan Elm in the district quarterfinal last season. That one went to 5. That was our district quarterfinal game that we picked up to broadcast. And Shane, that was really the first time that we were able to get an eye on this Gallia Academy team. And we said, man, this is a team that, next year they could be even better. Little did we know the freshman help they would get just to add on to what we saw last year already.
Yeah, no, there's no question about it. I mean, I like the way you said that. The team we watched there, we felt like was already ready to take another step forward this year. And then all of a sudden you throw in a McWhorter, and then you throw in, obviously, Aspen Barnes we're going to talk plenty about, and then the Saunders. And then looking down through here, they'll even get some Mitchell off the bench. I mean, there's a list of freshmen there that we didn't even see a year ago. So all of those kids that we watch, they take a step forward. You throw in the freshman talent, and what you have is a perfect group in the most literal sense at 23-0, and a team that is going to be a really tough out here in late October.
And for Gallia, the 23-0 record, that speaks kind of for itself on just how dominant the Blue Angels have been this season. But really, it's about as dominant as you can be while going undefeated through 23 matches, is they've only lost 7 sets all season long, and they've won 10 consecutive matches in straight sets. The last time they dropped a set was back on September 18th. That was to Athens. So they haven't dropped a set in a little over a month now, and like I said, it's about as dominant as you can be while being undefeated as well.
Well, like you said, some of the teams they've played to has been impressive. Athens, a D3 squad that had a nice year. They beat them. Alexander, they beat them. They're the TVC Ohio champions. Wheelersburg's a conference champion. They beat them in 5. South Webster's going to be a team, I think, capable of certainly making a Sweet 16, Elite 8 run, maybe even a Final 4 run there in D6. So, again, battle-tested, very, very complete, and they're going to be challenged on the other side of the net because, as you and I know, this Logan Elm squad's really, really good.
You mentioned Wheelersburg and South Webster. Those are the only 2 programs to take Gallia Academy to a 5th set. Obviously, Gallia Academy was able to prevail in both of those matches, and they were only 4 days apart from each other. So 2 really tough tests for Gallia Academy in a relatively short amount of time. It just goes to show how battle-tested this team is while also being undefeated. Yeah,
I agree, because they come in with a lot of confidence, but if something happens that they do face some adversity, they've not only have done it on the scoreboard, they've also had it through injury throughout the year, and they've had kids in and out of the rotation. But you can tell the chemistry is really, really good. You can tell they really like one another. They play for one another, and I think all of those things added up prepare them for this type of stage here this evening.
Now, talking about Logan Elm, they finish up the regular season 17-5. They picked up win number 18 last Wednesday in the district quarterfinal over Hillsborough. Now, despite the strong season, it was about a 500 finish for the Braves in their final 7 as they went 4-3. But similar to Gallia Academy, when just look at some of the opponents they played, I mean, the 3 losses for Logan Elm, you're talking about Circleville, Bloom Carroll, and Wheelersburg. 3 very tough opponents to finish out the regular season.
Yeah, so Logan Elm is really, they haven't known anything but this level of competition pretty much all year long. Obviously, that's an outstanding conference, particularly in the top half of it with the likes of Circleville and Bloom Carroll. You mentioned some of those non-league opponents as well, and Logan Elm's an older team. They're an experienced team. I said earlier in the year, you trust Logan Elm in a big moment to be who they are. You know, like when we watched Circleville beat them the second round, I didn't think that was Logan Elm just giving the match away. I thought they got beat. You know what I mean? Like Circleville was just really good that night. So I trust that Logan Elm's going to come out with an experienced, mature approach and play a really good volleyball match tonight. Now, Gallia Academy's obviously really, really talented, but Logan Elm, well coached, not going to beat themselves.
And Shane, one thing we talked about before we went on air for Game 2 was that Abby Clark did not play in the district quarterfinal win over Vinton County this past Wednesday, but it looks like she's all good to go here tonight against Logan Elm.
Yeah, and again, for whatever reason, you know, throughout the year, off and on, I know Barnes, they said, I believe it was an ankle injury. They scared him earlier in the year. She missed some time. So yeah, coming back. And if you're Logan Elm, it's similar to our first matchup from the standpoint of you know what you're going to get from Claire King in those first 3 rotations. As she goes to the back row, Logan Elm has some options, but again, they're going to give up incredible size. Like Adeline Smith comes in averaging over 2 kills, and even a Savage offers them some punch at the net. And we talk about Liggins, the freshman, and so forth. Obviously, Kennedy Groff, if you've listened to our coverage throughout the year, you know how high I am on her. But pay attention to the size advantage that Gallia Academy is going to have in that 4th, 5th, and 6th rotation. Very similar to what Circleville had against Waverly in the first match. So, again, when I talk about rotations that you could be in trouble in, it's not necessarily from a skill or talent perspective. Sometimes it just comes in a matchup perspective, specifically at the net.
And Shane, obviously for Gallia Academy, a lot of the talk attacking-wise, it's going to be about Aubrey Frazier. It's going to be about Abby Clark. It's going to be about Aspen Barnes. But the freshman Riley Saunders has just gotten better and better as the season has gone on. She's up to over 2 kills per set. The freshman has been one of those pivotal players down the stretch for head coach Ashton Webb.
Yeah, so good. And you see this, Dewey, in sports all the time, don't you? When a team goes through some adversity, they go through injuries, and you talk about someone stepping up. Well, someone kind of has to step up into that role, and they get a little bit more opportunity, a little bit more on their plate. Now when those other elite players come back, what you've done is you've kind of collectively come together a little bit more, and you made your depth and your overall balance that much better.
And again, it's one of those things we talk about, Shane, where you talk about individual achievement, and Gallia, one of those programs where the individual numbers may not blow you away just looking at the box score, but then you see them in person and you're like, oh, it's because they've got 3 or 4 all-district players on the same team, and it's more of a team-oriented goal for these Gallia Academy Blue Angels than you might see on a player averaging 7 or 8 kills per set. For Gallia Academy, you have 3 or 4, around the 2 to 3 kills per set, but they're 23-0. They just absolutely get it done every night.
Yeah, that's well said. It's kind of like the one ball go around in a basketball format where you have 5, 6 kids that maybe score between 7 and 14 a night. That's kind of what you're describing with this Gallia Academy squad. And obviously, if people have listened to our volleyball coverage, they know I have me some setter bias, and boy, do I love Grayson Clark. She does a terrific job. She comes in, most likely will go over 2,300 assists for her career tonight, doing. She's just a junior. So, I mean, again, she understands the game. She spreads it up and down the net. She'll get a lot of those hitters that you've mentioned, Frazier, Clark, Saunders, Barnes, most notably, maybe even Lauren Eachus involved. She'll get them a lot of open nets because of her ability to sense the block, sense the defense, and put that ball on time, on target where it needs to go.
Now for Logan Elm, we know we're going to be saying Claire King's name a lot, up over 1,200 career kills as her time as a Logan Elm Brain. But who else can we expect to see come here tonight and step up in a big way against Gallia Academy?
Well, yeah, Claire King's special. She's really, really good. I always feel like with Logan Elm, a big intangible piece is Kennedy Groff. She comes in, and I talked about it in the first match with Thornsley a little bit. Groff's a kid that whatever the coach asks her to do, she can kind of step in and do it. You need me a good server. You need me to set a little bit. She can defend. She can attack when needed. But then I always think it's big on the opposite side there of King for Adeline Smith to be good. She hits on the outside. Again, I think she's really come on this year. She's had a nice year. The thing I would pay attention to is at 5'7". We saw it a little bit with Knight in the first match. Remember when she was opposite of Johnson for Waverly against Circleville size? Great comparison here. Smith's going to come across the front row, and she's going to be looking across in many cases at 6 foot plus at about 3 or 4 different spots.
Feels like the comparison between Logan Elm's Kennedy Groff and Circleville's Allie Thornsley, very strong 2 players that no matter what role they're in, they're most likely going to be successful at it, whether it's passing, attacking, or setting, or even serving. Very strong qualities for the senior Groff and along with the junior Allie Thornsley.
Yeah, I like the comparison from the intangible team first. Coach, what do you need me to do? How can I help us win? And I love that connection that you're making there.
So Shane, obviously we talked about the keys between Waverly and I'm drawing a complete blank. Waverly and Logan Elm in game 1, Waverly and Circleville in game 1. What are some keys here in game 2 between Logan Elm and Gallia Academy to move on to Saturday's district final?
Well, I want to take a look at that 4th, 5th, and 6th rotation. I feel like Logan Elm's going to go toe-to-toe and have some success there with King across the front row. When King goes to the back row, can they offset Gallia Academy's incredible size advantage, maybe through some tough serving, some good serve receive, and being able to go? Because, again, if they can go with clean passing, the speed that they can attack with a Smith on the outside or some different things with Liggins in the middle can still have some success. But, again, Gallia Academy a little bit more complete at all 6 rotation spots. So I'm going to be looking for the depth of the rotation to see how the matchups play itself out as Claire King has to go to the back row.
All righty, game 2 here tonight at the Jim Myers Gymnasium, another Division IV district semifinal. It's Gallia Academy and Logan Elm. When we return, you're watching Ohio High School District Tournament Volleyball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio.
At Chillicothe Comfort Heating and Air, your comfort is our priority year-round.
Whether it's blazing hot or freezing cold, we've got your back with fast, reliable service you can trust.
Locally owned, honest, and done right the first time.
We have financing options available for every budget, as well as 60 months, 0% interest.
Call us today and feel the difference that comfort makes.
Kimberly. Tons of practice. One chop away from a black belt. 7 of the best sidekicks. And 5 years since her cancer diagnosis at Ohio Health.
Are you looking for the best deals on quality used trucks and cars?
Great news, Chillicothe Truck has what you're looking for.
Choose from a wide selection of makes and models. All vehicles undergo a detailed multi-point inspection and extensive reconditioning before hitting the lot. Our friendly team offers a no-pressure sales experience, ensuring you find the perfect vehicle to fit your needs. Plus, you can customize your ride with our extensive range of truck accessories, from bed covers to lift kits. Stop by 173 Rennick Avenue in Chillicothe or call us today at 740-773-8782 to get started right now.
Glo Fiber is now in Ohio. And with gig speed fiber internet, we're keeping things real. As in real reliable speeds. Real people who really want to talk to you. Not to mention, real simple pricing. Switch to Glo Fiber today to get real fast, real reliable fiber internet and your first month free. Glo Fiber is here. Welcome to Glo-Ohio. Call 1-833-WANT-GLO or visit glofiber.com to switch today.
At North Fork Animal Clinic, we're more than your pet's health care. We're your neighbors. We combine top quality veterinary care with the availability you can count on, keeping tails wagging and pets thriving. And as proud supporters of youth sports in Southern Ohio, we're committed to helping our whole community grow strong. North Fork Animal Clinic, caring for pets, supporting our community.
For 175 years, the Glockner name has stood for trust. Today, that promise continues. Every time your family turns the key. Generations have trusted us for one reason. We never stopped caring. From preschool drop-offs to road trips, you leave our service center knowing your family is in the safest hands possible. 175 years of social proof that this isn't just service. It's a promise from our family to yours.
All righty, we welcome you back to the Jim Myers Gymnasium here in Logan. Player introductions underway now with Gallia Academy. We already had Logan Elm. Division IV District Semifinal. The winner moving on to Saturday's District Final in Division IV. They'll have Circleville, who was victorious in straight sets over Waverly a bit earlier on in the evening. Strong showing for the Tigers as they look to move on to the regional tournament come next week. But for now, game 2, it's a rematch. Gallia Academy and Logan Elm. It was the Braves eliminating the Blue Angels from last season's district tournament in the quarterfinal round. That one was 5 sets in Pickaway County. A Logan Elm team that's back to the district semifinal round. A Gallia Academy team that's locked and loaded coming off of last season. Returning that sophomore class we spoke so highly of a season ago, but also bringing on a strong sophomore class this season along with some 8th graders that are now freshmen. We mentioned Abby Clark sat out the district quarterfinal against Fenton County. She's back on the floor for Coach Ashton Webb. That would have been a big loss offensively and defensively as Clark leads the team in blocks with 31 on the season.
Yeah, great point. And speaking of defense, we've got a couple really good liberos tonight too. Sadie Binkley over on the Logan Elm side. You see her check in. Chloe Bennett is getting ready to check in here once they get the rotation set. She's outstanding. She's one of the most improved players in our area from last year to this year. Just a sophomore, 5 digs, up over 4 serve receives per set. Serves it at about 95% with 53 aces. So you'll see her really involved in this match as well.
For the freshman, Aspen Barnes will serve it away. Here we go. District semifinal. Gallia Academy and Logan Elm. Groff goes to King, far side for the first kill of the night.
Again, great start, great serve receive. You want to go right to her and get her going, and great start for Logan Elm. King with a pretty open swing, and she hammers away.
15 kills in the straight set win over Hillsboro last Wednesday for King. A nice swing to open up her night offensively against Gallia. The Blue Angels now. Here's Clark Frazier near side. Now Groff goes to Ingram with a roll shot. It's dug up by Bennett. Clark back setting. Saunders a roll shot. Binkley keeps it off of the floor. Now Savage near side pushes it over with 2. Here's Clark back to Frazier. She was blocked up top. That was King and Savage defensively for the Braves.
Yeah, great sequence there, back and forth, good defense. Bennett keeping the ball up off the floor on the Gallia Academy side, and then King. And Savage goes up there and sets the double block and gets the point.
Now Clark gets it over on the free ball. A nice serve from Groff. Here's Ingram far side and a block for Saunders. Roll shot from Savage that just got up over the block of Gallia. It fell in for the kill. It's 3-0 Logan Elm.
Again, fast start for Logan Elm. And again, we talked about their senior leadership.
Here's Clark setting to the outside, looking for Frazier, who goes to the back row for the kill.
Yeah, big time swing from Frazier on the outside. Kind of helps Gallia Academy settle in. Again, going to have some normal adrenaline and some juices going here early who can settle in and lock in and play.
Groff bumps it to the outside. Ingram a roll shot. Here's Clark to the outside looking for Saunders. The freshman gets the kill.
Yeah, great transition there from defense to offense. You can see the setter running to the net. The hitter's getting ready to go. Pass on target. Really, really well done.
Bennett serves it away for the Blue Angels. Far side. It'll fall in for the ace. And we're tied at 3.
That's what we're talking about with Bennett. She comes in about 53 on the year. This is their most successful scoring on most nights.
Overpass from King. Now Clark. Back to Bennett. Back setting for Frazier. Near side. She sends it into the net.
Dewey, something to watch for is can Logan Elm attack Clark in her defensive spot. If you can make that set or take that first ball, really makes it tough for the other team to get in on the offensive attack. So So watch Logan Elm's ability to go at the setter Clark in her defensive spot and force her to take the first contact.
Macy Green, the senior, serves it away for the Braves. Here's Clark to Clark inside. Quick action for the kill.
Yeah, quick is correct. I mean, you're right there in the middle. When you're able to go that quick, it makes it really hard for the block to get set.
Now Petro serves it away for the Blue Angels. Scroff goes backside on the move. Claire King, now Clark to Frazier near side, and a dig from Binkley. Groff goes to Smith on the far side and a block. For Clark, it's a free ball over by Claire King inside. Clark goes backside on the slide action. Abby Clark, a strong swing. It's past the back line, and it's 5-4 Logan Elm.
Yeah, you'll see that there when the setter Clark's in the front row. That gives the middle just a little bit more room to operate, and they'll use that slide action a lot.
Clark comes to the near side. Frazier down the line, but she's wide to the left.
Again, if you're Gallia, you like some of the looks you're getting. You just got to settle into the match and get the heart rate under control and get settled in a little bit.
Overpass from Bennett. Hammer down Adeline Smith, her first kill of the night.
Yeah, good sign from Logan Elm there. We talked about how important Adeline Smith will be. She will spend 2 of these rotations in the front row while King is back in the serving and then playing the back row.
7-4 Braves leading Gallia Academy here in the first. Clark racing over, bumps it up. She'll keep it near side and a free ball over by Frazier. Here's Groff far side for Smith. Another kill for Adeline Smith.
And Dewey, that's where Smith can be good. You see how that ball got out there quick? Good job from Groff. And she's able to go before the block gets up there, and she was able to tool it off the top. That's all but the speed that Logan Elm's playing with.
Clark on the second touch. She tried to sneak it over, but sent it into the net. And an early first set timeout for the Blue Angels. As we mentioned coming into tonight, they've won 10 consecutive matches in straight sets as they trail early here in the first 9-4 to Logan Elm.
Yeah, what I see in the early going is I see an older group on one side of the net that's just been able to be a little calmer and settle into the match a little quicker. On the Gallia Academy side, I see a little bit of antsy. I see a little bit of anxious, maybe just trying to be too fine, too perfect. They've had some open opportunities, hit a ball long, hit a ball wide, hit a ball to the net there. So again, if you're Gallia Academy, I like the early timeout. Just get the young group settled down a little bit. If you're Logan Elm, this is where you want to understand you've got complete control of this first set. Can you push this thing out another 2 or 3 points and try to take this first set and play out in front of the match?
So out of the timeout, Claire King remains at the service line for Logan Elm. They lead by 5. With both teams eyeing a matchup with Circleville in Saturday's district final. Here's Clark, Abby Clark inside. She stuck it in.
Nice adjustment out of the timeout. Just like a basketball team running a set play, knowing where you want to go with it.
23 aces on the year for Aubrey Frazier. She serves it away. Here's Groff bumping it out, Adeline Smith. Now Clark to Frazier out of the back row. She just missed the back line. Logan Elm the first to double digits here in the opening set.
Yeah, and Frazier's had some good swings. She's just had a couple balls. Just that one just misses the back line. Had one earlier a little wide. So again, getting some good looks at it.
Kiana Ingram serves it away for the Braves. Clark goes to the near side looking for Aspen Barnes. Her first opportunity is wide to the back line, and it's 11-5 Logan Elm.
So again, you look up here, Dewey, about 11 points. You got about 5 or 6 Gallia Academy errors here. And I like how Logan Elm just continues to apply the pressure, put a little pressure on the younger group here.
Clark goes backside. Abby Clark, a strong swing. Ingram, a nice dig for the Braves, and a free ball over by Green, but a violation against Logan Elm.
Yeah, big time set there from Clark, able to get the open net, and looked like on that second contact just got into the net there a little bit. Ari Rice into the serve.
It'll be Ingram setting across the court, looking for Kennedy. Groff up top on the block. Lauren Eaches defensively for the Blue Angels.
Yeah, and that's what we're talking about there. You'll start to get a little bit of matchups at the net where Gallia Academy will have some size here. Rice has been a really good server for them throughout the second half of the year.
Now Ingram tight to the net, sets it up for Groff far side. Now Barnes on the attack and a dig from Green, tight to the net, reaching over. That was Lauren Eaches. Back-to-back kills for the sophomore, and Logan Elm not happy about the sequence.
Yeah, Logan Elm really upset. They felt like they missed a net violation, where things started shaking there. The official must have thought it was just the ball that caused it.
Now Ingram right back to Groff far side. This time she's able to get the kill. And Shane, you mentioned the sophomore Ari Rice, 26 aces on the season. She's probably the most improved player alongside Riley Saunders for this Blue Angels team in that back half of the season.
Yeah, well, again, she comes in just to do that, the serve there. And earlier in the year, she was fighting a little bit of efficiency. But, man, when she gets it going, she can really flip a set.
Now the senior Kimberly Petty to serve, up by 4. It'll be Clark to Barnes near side for the kill.
There's a nice settle-in swing for the freshman. If you haven't had a chance to see Aspen Barnes play, you're in for a real treat here this evening. She's as good a rookie as we have in our entire coverage area, Dewey, and I think she'll be ready to shine on this stage here this evening.
Ingram bumps it up. She'll keep it near side. Liggins was blocked. Lauren Eaches. What an opening set for the sophomore thus far.
Yeah, great net play defensively from Eaches.
Ingram grows across the court. That was Savage who was blocked. Lauren Eaches again, another defensive play for the sophomore.
Well, and you can tell it's really sparked their team. They needed something to settle into the match, and Lauren Eaches has been terrific. I have her 3 blocks involved so far.
Ingram this time able to get it over to Groff for the kill.
So steady. Again, Kennedy Groff, really efficient player, will impact winning in a lot of different ways.
The senior libero, Sadie Binkley, back at the line for the Braves now. Clark racing over, and nobody home for that second touch as it falls in. It's a 3-point advantage for Logan Elm.
Now, Dewey, this wasn't my fault because it didn't happen on our cover. Sadie Binkley finally missed the serve. I think she has 1 error now on the year. Serves at 99.7%. Remember, I was trying not to jinx her last time we had her.
Clark goes backside looking for Barnes. Up top, Claire King with a defensive play of her own.
Again, so you saw Gallia make a little bit of run, but now Logan Elm answers. They get King back to the front row.
Here's Clark, goes to Barnes, far side, a one-arm dig from Ingram, and a violation on the overpass attack from Gallia Academy. It's 16-11, Logan Elm.
Yeah, said she just kind of rested in the 2 hands and was going to throw it.
Looked like Randy Moss high-pointed the volleyball.
Yeah, you got Moss volleyball version.
Clark comes to the near side for Saunders. Ingram digs it up now. Binkley to King. Far side. The senior sticks it in for the kill.
Again, the steadiness of Binkley serves it so efficiently.
Clark front setting to the outside. Saunders goes deep and misses the back line. And the second time out of the set for Coach Ashton Webb and the Blue Angels as they trail by 7 here in the first.
Yeah, they ended up they withstood the slow start, and then they got themselves in a pickle here as Binkley's gone back. Their serve receives kind of abandoned them a little bit, and it's made it really tough to come on any attack, just like right there. That hitting error, still the responsibility of the hitter to adjust and put the ball in play, but the whole rhythm is off because you're not serve receiving on target and allowing everybody to go on time.
18-11, Logan Elm leading Gallia Academy here in the first. As we mentioned, both teams eyeing a matchup with Circleville this Saturday in the D4 District Final. Shane, obviously you and I will be back here in Logan for that one. What a match that one will be.
Oh, no matter how this one goes, that one's going to be epic. That one's going to have a chance to be one of the best Southeast volleyball games of any division played all year long, and it'll be our treat to be here and calling it.
And of course, we'll have the D5 regional next week as well. That should be some more outstanding volleyball here at the Jim Myers Gymnasium. So out of the timeout, Binkley serves it away, up by 7 and an ace for Sadie Binkley. 18th of the year for the senior and an 8-point lead now for the Braves. Here's Clark front setting outside. Saunders able to sneak it inside of the Logan Elm block.
Still some time for Gallia to push here, but Dewey, I think it's important for this young Gallia squad to just try to find some things, win or lose this first set, just to settle into the match a little bit better.
Groff goes across the net looking for King. Back over to Gallia Academy now. It's Frazier near side for the kill. The junior Aubrey Frazier brings the Blue Angels back to within 6.
Yeah, that time it was Logan Elm that kind of wasted an opportunity to get King a good swing.
Now Groff goes to King, down the line, a nice swing from the senior. It's 20-13, Logan Elm.
That's a little bit better, right? I mean, they get in system and knock it out there and let her get going to where she can hit it out in front. There's got to be more resistance at the net there.
Groff at the line for Logan Elm. Here's Clark, Frazier near side. Dig from Binkley, now Savage with a roll shot. Bennett to Clark, backside looking for Saunders, and she's able to get the kill.
Outstanding set. Again, what we talked about in the pre-match coverage, Clark can kind of sense the block there, and she sends it to the opposite side to get the open opportunity.
Inside, another kill. That was Claire King again.
So dominant, up over 1,200 kills in her career, and that's even missing all that time last year. Just an unbelievable hitter. It's where when she's in the front row, if you're Gallia, you got to be able to serve it just a little bit tougher.
Macy Green returns to the service line for Logan Elm. Inside, it's Abby Clark. Nice play from Groff. Green back to the middle and a free ball over for Logan Elm. Clark goes right back to Abby Clark, and it's dug up by Claire King. Groff on the second touch, back to the Blue Angels. Clark goes backside looking for Saunders. Now the Braves with Groff and King far side. It'll be Bennett setting to the outside. Saunders a roll shot. King is there for the dig. Now King on the attack for the Braves. She was blocked. That was Abby Clark. And a free ball sent over by Adeline Smith. Here's Clark to the near side. Frazier with the right hand. Groff digs it up for Logan Elm. Free ball sent over by Groff. The Blue Angels now with Clark inside. She snuck it in for the kill.
Outstanding volley. That's some high-level volleyball. Back and forth we go. And this has a chance to get really, really fun as these two teams settle in and start to find their rhythm.
One of the longer rallies of the opening set goes with Gallia Academy. Here's Petro at the line for the Blue Angels. Her serve is long.
And again, each person, as they kind of go through this first set, just trying to settle in Gallia Academy with a lot of unforced errors.
Clark into the back row, will bump it near side. Frazier the free ball over to the Braves. It'll be Groff and Smith far side. Petro digs it up. Clark to Frazier near side. Did not get the kill. What a play from Macy Green defensively. Here's Clark, Abby Clark inside, unable to get it up over the net.
Great defensive play. I don't think Gallia Academy believed that it stayed off the floor, but they played on and give Logan Elm the point. Great defense.
Here's Clark, keeps it inside with the left hand. Abby Clark a bit out of rhythm, and it's 24-15. Set point here in the first coming up for Logan Elm.
Yeah, really mature start for Logan Elm. I talked about in the pre-match coverage how efficient they would be. They wouldn't beat themselves, so well coached.
Clark comes to Frazier near side. She tools the block, and the junior gets the kill.
Again, all of these plays are still important in my opinion, even if you don't come all the way back. Just get Clark and Frazier going a little bit. They haven't had a whole lot of opportunity when Barnes had come across the front row. She really only got a couple swings.
It'll be Frazier to serve for the Blue Angels. Deep beyond the line, King brings it back to the middle, and a free ball sent over by Smith. Now Clark to Abby Clark, far side, another kill for the junior Abby Clark.
And that's the rhythm and the slide that we're talking about there. When we say slide, she'll go, and it's kind of like a right-handed layup in basketball. She'll come off the 1 foot. When she gets that angle, it's nearly impossible for the block to get set.
And a service error for Aubrey Frazier will end it in the first. 25-17, Logan Elm takes set 1, set 2 when we return to Jim Myers Gymnasium here in Logan. You're watching Ohio High School District Tournament Volleyball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
Experience the hometown Chevrolet difference. Check out our huge selection of Silverado trucks, Equinox SUVs, and the latest Chevy models. Priced to move and ready to hit the road today. Plus, with the Hometown Advantage, you get free oil changes for life and a 10-year, 150,000-mile limited powertrain warranty at no extra cost. That's real value and real peace of mind. Your hometown Chevrolet is proud to be your trusted local dealer of new and pre-owned inventory, delivering unbeatable deals and top-notch service. Visit us today at 501 West Emmett Avenue in Waverly, or start shopping online at yourhometownchevy.com.
Mark. 6 months of training. 8 miles to go. A 3-way tie for almost last place.
You look good in these shorts, right?
And 3 years since he and his team at Ohio Health left cancer in the dust.
We welcome you back to the Jim Myers Gymnasium here in Logan. Game 2 of our Division IV District Semifinal doubleheader here tonight, with the Braves taking the opening set 25-17, and a hot start for the Braves, both offensively and defensively. We saw Claire King make an imprint on that opening set, but how about Lauren Eaches defensively? That was probably the best set we've seen from her overall, I believe, in about 9 sets now of Gallia volleyball we've seen this season. The sophomore was electric defensively early in that opening set for the Blue Angels.
No, I agree. A nice spark. And that's the thing. If you're Gallia Academy, I think you go into the huddle here and you talk to yourself, okay, look, girls, we got to calm way down. We're doing a lot of this to ourselves. We're making a lot of unforced errors. I mean, Frazier has 3 kills. Clark has 5. Saunders has 3, Barnes just with the 1, and you mentioned Eaches was involved in 3 defensive plays there at the net with the blocks. But you look over, you've held King to 4 kills, 2 blocks, and really after that, no other player. Adeline Smith has 2 kills. So it's really been a lot of the unforced errors. I think where Logan Elm gets all the credit, the thing that didn't surprise me in that first set is I thought the senior laden group from Logan Elm settled into the match way earlier than Gallia Academy. And as a result, they got a nice start from King. Gallia Academy made a little run back at him, and then as King returned to the front row, they took the thing back over. Sadie Binkley's run on the service line was really important, too. So efficient, had a couple aces sprinkled in there. overall really, really solid start to Logan Elm. That's who they are in their identity. I've talked all year. They have a really high floor. Their ceiling may not always be as high as some of the teams that have 4 and 5 and 6 different weapons they can go to. But what I mean by such a high floor is they're not going to beat themselves. They're always going to play a really consistent brand of volleyball, and that was really on display there in the first set. Very impressive.
Certainly one of the steadiest teams in our coverage area we've seen this season.
Steady. I like that word. That describes the Coach Ridenauer group quite well.
So Binkley serves it away. Set 2 is underway. Clark goes backside looking for Barnes. A dig from Groff. Binkley goes to King. Back over to the Blue Angels. Again, it's Barnes. Savage the dig, and a roll shot's it over with the right hand of King. Now again, it's Saunders far side. She's able to push it over with 2. Nearly nobody home for that second touch. And the free ball makes it over from Savage. Now near side, Barnes is blocked. Kennedy Groff with a defensive play along with Savage for the Braves.
Yeah, no reason for your setter to take that first ball over. Someone's got to push up and push her to the net and call her off there, and it didn't allow Gallia Academy to go on the free ball.
So Binkley serves it away for Logan Elm, up by 1 to begin the second set. Far side, Barnes an attacking error.
Again, the Binkley serve here impacting the start of the second set just as it did in the opening set.
Clark tight to the net, goes across the tape looking for Saunders. An overpass from Binkley would have probably fallen out of bounds, but Bennett keeps it in play, and a no attack for Aspen. Barnes on the far side is again, Shane, those unforced errors catching up with the Blue Angels to begin the set.
Well, and again, what happens a little bit with some nerves and some different things, you just break down in some of your intangibles like communication there. Probably had a chance for that ball to be wide.
Clark comes to the near side looking for Saunders, who tools the block for the kill.
Saunders, 4 kills on the evening, just a freshman.
So here's Ari Rice, the sophomore, at the line for the Blue Angels. And an overpass sent right back to the Braves. Savage goes to King, now back to the middle, and a free ball over by Groff. He just sets it up looking for Saunders, and a block from King, but a free ball sent over by Chloe Bennett. Groff to King, far side for the kill.
Yeah, you had the good serve that takes him out, but again, Logan Elm, just the ability to keep the ace off the floor, pop that ball up and play on, and then you get into the point and let King do her thing at the net.
Clark comes to Frazier near side. She's able to get the kill. Bennett at the line for Gallia Academy. Groff goes to King out of the middle. A soft touch, flipped it up over, and it's going to fall in. We've talked a lot about Claire King and not only the ability to just smoke it down the line, but also to take a bit off of it, change up the tempo, and go with a more accurate approach, and that certainly resulted in the point there for the Braves.
Yeah, so long, so athletic, high volleyball IQ, really sees the floor well.
Clark goes to Saunders far side, and an attacking error for the freshman.
Yeah, Logan Elm's doing a great job. They got Gallia Academy really sped up a little bit.
Here's Clark, Frazier near side, inside of the Logan Elm block. She's able to get the kill.
That's where Gallia Academy should gain a lot of confidence. When they are able to relax and get in system, they have all the weapons they need. They just got to clean up some ball handling.
Groff sets it up near side. It's King who's wide of the back line.
Nice job there by the defense. King hits out of the weak side, of the opposite side there on that first ball over. Frazier was there to put up a little bit of a resistance.
Groff racing to the near side, sends it back to the middle. A free ball over by Marlo Smith. Here's Clark to Abby Clark inside. Nice play from Binkley on the overpass, and King keeps the attack alive from Clark. Smith a free ball back over to Gallia Academy. It'll be Abby Clark inside off the top of the block for the kill.
Well, great sequence there, and again, what Logan Elm does to you, there's 2 or 3 times there where Gallia Academy probably scores a point against 80% of the teams they've played against this year. Logan Elm able to pop it up.
Last second decision from Claire King to try and pop it up. It looked like she was going to let it go, but it would have landed inside of that back left corner. Either way, it's an ace for Petro.
Yeah, Petro comes in about 90%. I have her 63 aces, now 64 on the year.
Groff will keep it on the far side. It's Smith who tools the block for the kill as Logan Elm retakes a 1-point lead here in the second.
Yeah, that's the approach for Smith in my opinion. Get her far outside there and try to go low and quick and try to beat the block.
Clark goes backside looking for Abby Clark, but the set makes it up over the net, and Logan Elm is unable to handle it cleanly.
Yeah, I don't know exactly how to score that one. Did Abby Clark get a hand on that to get
that's
a
a
kill?
kill for Grayson Clark.
So I was going to say, if she didn't touch it, I mean, really, Grayson Clark sent it over.
Abby Clark may have done just enough to alter the landing spot of it. Either way, Gallia Academy ties it at 7. Groff goes to the outside. Smith, the swing is long.
Better job by Gallia there. That block got there in time. And as a result, kind of forced her into the hitting error long. And Coach Ridenauer going to take a timeout.
First time out of the set for Logan Elm. They trail Gallia by 1. It's 8-7. You're just now tuning in. It was 25-17. Logan Elm took the opening set.
For Gallia Academy, if I'm Coach Webb, I'd like the body language of my girls a little bit better here in the second set. I just feel like they picked it up and they're playing with a little bit more pace. If you're Logan Elm, you want to continue to understand where your matchups are at, where you can go and where you can tool some blocks and so forth. Again, as King goes to the back row, you're going to give up some size at the net, but you still have a little bit of speed you can go to and really get Gallia Academy off balance.
The impressive thing for the Blue Angels, Shane, is that they came out of the break playing very similar to what we saw in the opening set. It's been more of a mid-set adjustment for Gallia Academy.
Yeah, just so much of it, like I'm saying, just controlling the nerves and settling in. A lot of the first set was some unforced errors and just some hitting and serving errors.
So Aubrey Frazier at the line for Gallia. It'll be Groff. She'll go Marlo Smith. Now Bennett comes to Barnes near side. Dug up by King. Groff back to the middle, and it'll be a roll shot that won't make it up over for Madeline Smith.
Now Barnes will be hitting strong side here for Gallia Academy. That's the one hitter they haven't been able to really get going just yet.
Tight to the nets, an overpass hammered down. That's Abby Clark.
Great patience. You can see how she didn't try to do too much with it, knew exactly where she wanted to dump it.
And a tight serve from Frazier.
Again, kills a little bit of that Gallia Academy momentum. Now let's see if Logan Elm can take advantage. Just Kiki Ingram back to the service line.
Clark gets it over on the second touch. It'll be Ingram going to Groff far side. Now the Blue Angels with Clark and Barnes down the line. No touch from Logan Elm. Barnes was wide to the left. Clark goes backside. Abby Clark, another kill.
Yeah, Abby Clark off to a really, really good start tonight. And her and Grayson Clark finding their rhythm together. Good serve receive there from Petro as well.
And an ace. Afton Graham, the rookie, number 17 on the year.
And Dewey, some of these younger servers, that's been the story. It's a little bit of an efficiency thing. They have some really tough serves, so you're going to give and take a little bit with it. You get the ace, then you get the air. But I think Coach Webb's just trying to just spark her team a little bit here and get them to settle in and play, not so scared of making mistakes.
Petty at the line for the Braves. Clark goes to Each's far side. And a free ball sent over by Ingram. Here's Clark. Front setting Barnes near side. King digs it up for Logan Elm. Ingram on the second touch. She snuck it in.
Now Petty back to serve.
And an ace. Number 28 on the year for Kimberly Petty. That'll tie it at 12 here in the second set.
Yeah, and again, what you like about that action on the serve, she does it at about 92%, so usually pretty efficient.
Clark keeps it near side. Barnes down the line. A nice dig from Claire King. Here's Savage on the attack for Logan Elm. And a free ball will make it over. Petro and Clark combined for the defensive effort. Now Liggins back over to the Blue Angels. Near side, it's Barnes. As she changes up the tempo, and it'll fall in.
Yeah, nice adjustment from Barnes. She'd had some nice swings here, and it was King that had some great defensive plays. That time she changed it up on him.
And a service error for the junior setter, Grayson Clark. So again, we're tied this time at 13.
And again, you kind of look at the scoreboard and you feel like Gallia Academy just making a couple mistakes, allowing Logan Elm to hang in there.
Here's Clark to the outside. Saunders down the line. Liggins on the second touch. What a heady play from the freshman. Excuse me, I believe that was Groff actually on that second touch.
Yeah, nice adjustment there from Groff. That's about all she could do with it. Miss Binkley serve, remember, that's been one that's really, this rotation's caused Gallia Academy some fits.
Now Clark across the court looking for Saunders into the back row for the kill. So back and forth we go here in set two as we're tied again. Here's Groff front setting. King goes up high to get it over the tape. Now Bennett coming to Saunders near side, and her swing is a bit strong as she misses the back line.
And again, some of these balls that are coming over, I feel like if someone will get a little bit more aggressive in the back row and push Clark to the net, Gallia would be able to go on the offensive attack a little bit better.
Far side, it'll be Saunders into the back row and a dig from Petty. Now Ingram swinging away far side as Clark hits the deck to keep it alive. It'll be a free ball sent over and a double hit for Frazier.
That time you can't do anything about it. Those are the types of situations where the setter has to go ahead and play her defensive spot. What I'm talking about is a little bit more the free ball or the roll shots.
Here's Clark to Frazier near side for the kill.
Frazier now with 6 kills. She's had a lot of success out there on that outside.
Drop out of the middle, goes right back to Claire King. Another kill for the senior. Talked a lot about this senior class of Logan Elm, and you can really see on the floor they've been playing together for quite a while.
You really can. there's so much efficiency in their movements. They're in the right spots, very skilled. It's really fun to watch.
Clark sets it up. Abby Clark. A nice dig from Green and a roll shot into the back row for Smith. Bennett racing over, but she's unable to get there. And a timeout for Gallia Academy as they trail by 3 here late in the second set.
Yeah, Logan Elm's just in a really nice rhythm this evening. They've rarely, only once or twice have I seen them get sped up or kind of get anxious or whatnot. Very skilled, getting into the right spots defensively. They've been outstanding. This is probably the best defensive effort I've seen, other than maybe a set or two. Remember earlier in the year with their Circleville win, they had some nice stretches of defense in that one. But there's been a lot of Gallia Academy attacks through this first set and a half where I feel like Gallia Academy probably got what they wanted, and it's been someone making an outstanding play in the back row just to keep the ball off the floor for one extra volley. Maybe it leads to a Gallia Academy mistake or a hitting opportunity for Logan Elm. So, yeah, just been real impressed with the overall group from Logan Elm this evening.
And Shane, you've talked about it all night. It's an Aaron Ridenauer-led team that is one of the more consistent teams in our area that doesn't let the moment get to them, and that's certainly been the case so far here tonight. Here's King backsetting for Smith, who gets the kill.
Yeah, we've seen Marlo Smith throughout the year. Won't get a ton of swings, but usually can impact when she does get it.
Around half a kill percent for the senior Marlo Smith. A big one there to push the lead up to 4. Near side, here's Frazier up top. Claire King, another block for the Braves.
Yeah, just like that, Logan Elm's got control of the second set, and they're knocking on the door of a 2-0 start.
Clark inside, quick action. Abby Clark down the middle for the Gallia Academy kill.
Yeah, really needed there, just to try to stop the bleeding momentarily.
Petro at the line, and she just missed that back left corner. The service error for the junior Mallory Petro.
But again, about four service errors for Gallia Academy here in this second set.
Free ball sent over by Frazier. And a violation. Looked like they got Evie Liggins in the net. So that'll bring the Blue Angels back to within 4. And they're going to go to sophomore Jalen Dillon at the line. Groff goes front side on the outside. Adeline Smith, another kill.
Yeah, I love when they use Adeline Smith in that way. I like when they get her outside, push that ball way out there, and let her really challenge the outside hand of that block down the line. She's really good at pulling that thing out of bounds.
Ingram serves it away for the Braves. Beyond the line, Dillon back to the near side and a roll shot into the back row from Barnes. Here's Ingram going to Groff, who sends it into the net.
One last chance for Gallia Academy to push here. Coach Webb's gone into her bench to try to get some serving.
The freshman Ashton Graham. Ingram goes backside. Adeline Smith again, but this time she's wide right. Ingram bumps it to the outside. Groff with a swing into the back row. The senior able to get the kill.
That's what I'm talking about, Kennedy Groff. What a great swing, right when you think you have no opportunity to go on the attack, she just kind of makes something out of nothing and puts a really nice swing on that.
From the attack line, about good 4 or 5 feet off
really,
the net.
Really good. And you're talking the difference between that maybe going to 22-20. Instead, puts her team up 23-19.
And an ace, Kimberly Petty. Logan Elm knocking on the door here in set 2. Set point now for the Braves. Clark goes front side, Barnes down the line. She is blocked. Free ball sent over by Petro. It nearly falls in. Far side, Savage swinging away. Now Clark right back to Barnes. Just missed the back line. And an attacking error will end it in the second. 25-19, Logan Elm takes set 2. They lead the match 2-0. We'll take a break. Set 3 when we return to Logan. You're watching Ohio High School District Tournament Volleyball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio.
Richard. Countless nights in the garage. 8 shiny new pistons. 1 very happy 16-year-old granddaughter. And 2 years since starting cancer treatment at Ohio Health.
Rathkamp Financial is a comprehensive financial services firm committed to helping our clients improve their long-term financial success. Our customized programs seek to grow, protect, and conserve our clients' wealth by delivering personalized service and expertise. Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor, member, FINRA SIPC. Please call us at 740-775-1040 to schedule a consultation.
We welcome you back to Logan High School. It's 2-0. Logan Elm leading Gallia Academy in Game 2 of our Division 4 District Semifinal doubleheader here tonight at the Jim Myers Gymnasium. And wow, what an explosion both offensively and defensively for the Braves to hold a 2-0 lead over Gallia Academy. Shane, that's something that nobody else has been able to do this season. It's unprecedented territory for the Blue Angels with their backs up against the wall. They're going to have to rise to the occasion in the third set.
Well, they are, but on the other side of the net, it's just been so impressive to watch this Logan Elm team just be so efficient. You look at the stat sheet, they're not going to blow you away with any of the things they've done. They've sprinkled in some aces here and there. Claire King's having her normal night, but I mean, when you think she comes in averaging 5 kills per set, she's had 4 in the first, 3 in the second for a total of 7. She has been involved in 3 blocks, but it's really been more about Logan Elm serving tough, staying in rhythm, and really putting a lot of pressure on Gallia Academy. And Gallia Academy, the errors are starting to really rack up both on the hitting side and the service side. So that's going to be the big adjustment if you're Gallia Academy. Are you able to find a way to clean it up and not give away so many points? And try to get on a little bit of an attack here. But so far, Logan Elm's just come in and really, really executed at a high level.
So the third will begin with Gallia Academy. It'll be Mallory Petro to serve it away for the Blue Angels. They trail Logan Elm 2-0. Third set underway here in Logan. It'll be Groff to the far side. King gets the Braves onto the board first.
And again, great start. That's an obvious go-to there. Get her on the outside, put it up there high, and let her go swing.
So Kennedy Groff, the senior, will serve it away. The leader in aces for the Braves coming into tonight. Tied to the net, Clark goes to Saunders, and a dig from Petty now. Groff to King inside, another kill for the senior, Claire King.
Yeah, King just so good when she gets that open opportunity. obviously over 1,200 times in her career. That's in a kill, and you can see why when you see those last two swings.
And an ace. Kennedy Groff extends the lead to 3.
And again, if you're Logan Elm, Dewey, I would say right here, you really want to seize the moment. You want to put this thing away. Obviously, you got a talented volleyball team across the net for you. You don't want to let them wake up and get into the match here.
Near side, it's a roll shot into the back row from Barnes. Now King inside. Tight to the net. Nice play from Eachus to get it up over the tape, and it'll fall in. Lauren Eachus, what a night she's had so far. Another nice play, this time offensively, to get the Blue Angels onto the board here in the third.
Just subbing back there. They had to, because it was the libero spot, they had to show the return of her to serve. They had been using the other server.
Backside attack. Savage again.
And Dewey, what I'm seeing tonight from Logan Elm is a little bit of the quickness and the deception, and because they're a little bit cleaner on the passing compared to when Circleville's side overwhelmed them in that last matchup we had them, tonight they're able to kind of be ahead of the block a little bit with their speed.
And an ace. Macy Green, the senior. One of those players in a complimentary role for Logan Elm. She's had an outstanding night so far as well.
One of the 9 seniors is just steady was the word you used earlier. I like.
Clark sets it up. Abby Clark inside, missed her target. Wide to the left, it's 6-1 Logan Elm.
Yeah, probably trying to do a little too much there. She's had a lot of success when she just goes aggressive and hammers it.
Clark goes front side. King the block for Logan Elm. And a free ball over by Bennett. Here's Groff to King out of the middle. Takes the bit off for that one. A nice play from Clark to keep it alive. Frazier the free ball over to the Braves. Groff this time goes to Smith far side. Now Gallia Academy with Saunders. Groff to Smith. And she's wide to the right. So a couple of attacking errors on both sides. J.C. McQuarter, the freshman, will serve it away for the Blue Angels. Overpass from Binkley. And Clark a bit out of rhythm, a missed opportunity on the overpass for Gallia.
Yeah, got caught in between, wanting to go up to throw it down, and then she tried to come down to keep it on her side, and just, like I said, got caught right in the middle of both of them.
Clark pops it up. Here's Aspen Barnes swinging away. Dug up by Green. Now Smith sends it into the back row and gets the kill.
Yeah, big time swing there. And again, everything in rhythm, everything going Logan Elm's direction.
And an ace. Claire King makes it a 7-point lead for the Braves. So Claire King back at the service line, coming off of the ace. Clark goes to the middle. Abby Clark this time sends it right down the lane for the kill. So you mentioned a lot of success for Clark when she just hammers it home.
Yeah, it's her 11th kill of the night. I think you got to stay aggressive there and go.
And an ace for Aspen Barnes. King gets it over on the free ball. Another strong swing from Barnes. Now Clark on the attack. An overpass from Smith. Now near side, Frazier with the left hand, and she was wide left. Just missed the line near side. It's 10-4, Logan Elm.
And again, example where Logan Elm just working hard, keeping the ball off the floor, and then having great communication.
And Kiana Ingram with the strong serve for the Braves. It's 11-4. And a timeout for Gallia Academy. So in a match that, for the most part, all the momentum has been with Logan Elm. It's 11-4 here in the third. They took the first couple of sets by a finals of 25-17, 25-19. It's a situation for Gallia Academy. We haven't seen them down 2 trailing in the third this season.
Well, no, and when you look at the stat sheet here, 11 points on the board here in the third. Logan Elm already has 4 aces. So, again, the serve-receive of Gallia Academy making it really, really difficult to go on any level of attack. And it's kind of like when you're dealing with young kids, it's kind of like quicksand, right? You just feel like you make one mistake and a second mistake and a third mistake, and it's just so hard sometimes to get kids that just kind of go next play. I think that's what I see with the loose group here from Logan Elm in terms of just how calm they are in the moment and how relaxed they seem through it all.
So out of the timeout, Kiana Ingram serves it away. Clark racing over, bumps it up. Frazier down the line for the kill.
Great play from Grayson Clark. That's why I always talk about what separates the really elite setters from some of the other ones. Even when the pass isn't on target, she can go get it and pop it up into a place where you can still go on the attack. Really good job by the junior setter.
Afton Graham returns to serve for the Blue Angels. Groff on the attack, far side. A quarter back to the near side, and a free ball sent over by Frazier. Here's Ingram front-setting Groff down the line. Now Clark to Frazier, pushes it over with 2, and a dig from Ingram. King sets it up, Smith. Now a roll shot to the far side from Frazier. It'll be Ingram on the second touch, kept alive by Aegis. Clark comes to Frazier near side, into the back row. She snuck it in for the kill.
So now Graham back to serve. She did have the ace earlier, also had the air.
Ingram front setting to the outside for Groff. A free ball sent over by Frazier. Here's Ingram setting again, goes to King out of the back row, but she missed the back right corner. And a timeout for Logan Elm.
Yeah, I like the timeout there because I think Coach Ridenhour is looking at it like I am. The last thing you want to do is wake the giant, so to speak, right? He understands better than anybody how talented his opponent is tonight, and he understands that for the most part they've had him completely off balance. They've had him shook a little bit. They've made all sorts of different mistakes. The last thing you want them to do right here is make a run where all of a sudden they come back and steal this third set, and then all of a sudden you have them sparked a little bit. So if you're Logan Elm, I like that timeout because he understands I want to keep this momentum right here. I don't want to give them any life and let them believe.
Coach Ridenhour only used about 14 seconds of that 60-second timeout, so he's ready to get things back onto the floor here in the third set.
Well, I'd say the message was simple. Hey, let's focus, and it takes 3 to win. So I'd say that wasn't one of those strategic timeouts. That was one of those, hey, let's stay focused on the task at hand timeouts.
Also, as you mentioned, trying to break up the rhythm momentum-wise for Gallia.
Yes.
So out of the timeout, Graham serves it away. Ingram goes to the outside. Groff is swinging her. She sends it into the net.
Good job of Aegis and Clark getting up there to show resistance.
Now Ingram goes backside. Adeline Smith, her swing is strong.
Now all of a sudden you see Logan Elm with what on the front side of the timeout, and the back side of the timeout, about 3 or 4 straight hitting errors.
Far side, Groff with the left hand nearly stuck it in. Barnes kept it alive and a free ball over by Graham. Here's Ingram front setting, Groff far side. Now Clark to Frazier on the attack. Back over to the Braves. Ingram goes to Groff far side. Graham bumps it to the outside, and it's a free ball over by Frazier. Ingram tight to the net inside. She'll keep it there. Liggins, the freshman, for the kill.
Big time swing from the Logan Elm rookie there. Got the open net in the middle and certainly delivered a needed point to kind of stop the Gallia Academy push.
Petty at the line for the Braves. And an ace for Kimberly Petty.
Yeah, the serve receives really had trouble with Petty tonight. I have her at 3 aces with a couple other marks I like to keep on my sheet where the serve really impacts the point, even if it's not a statistical ace.
Bennett back to the middle, a free ball over by Barnes. Here's Ingram to the far side. Savage down the line. She's blocked. Free ball over by Groff. Now Clark comes to Frazier on the attack for the kill.
Great rhythm there. Get Frazier the big swing on the outside. So Clark will go back to serve. So with her setting in the back row, she'll have 3 hitters coming on the attack each time.
Ingram goes front side for Liggins. Another kill for the freshman, Evie Liggins.
Well, you see the confidence grow from the previous swing. It's kind of like a shooter that sees one go in. He or she can't wait to get the next shot off.
Clark keeps it on that far side. Frazier. Now Groff to King on the outside. Another kill for Claire King.
Yeah, and Gallia Academy kind of had an opportunity when King went across the back row. They started to get back in the set. Now they have her back to the front. So down 5, they're going to have to deal with her across the front here for 3 rotations.
And a tight serve. That one's into the net for Sadie Binkley.
Now you want to make sure you have the recorder on that, because that's only the 2nd error all year long. You don't see that very often.
(15-11), Logan Elm leading Gallia Academy here in the 3rd. As Petro serves it away for the Blue Angels. It's Groff to Savage inside into the back row. Excellent execution for the junior Savage.
In the Gallia Academy defense just scrambling a little bit.
Clark to the outside looking for Barnes. Now Groff to Ingram on the outside down the line, just a bit wide to the left. Groff setting to King. Quick action and a dig from Petro in the back row for the Blue Angels. Roll shot from Saunders. Now Groff to Ingram on the outside. She floats it over the net. Here's Bennett bump setting it to the near side. Saunders' roll shot is dug up by Petty. Now Groff to King inside. Soft touch overpass from Bennett. Now Ingram far side, kept alive by Clark. It'll be Bennett setting. And a free ball over by Barnes. Groff to King inside. Overpass again from Bennett, right back from King. Now on the attack, it's Saunders. Back row, she missed the line.
Yeah, great defensive effort from Bennett. And again, Gallia Academy just a little out of rhythm, and they're late to get on top of the ball. That's why you've seen so many long hitting errors this evening. And a lot of that's just the resistance of Logan Elm. They just keep the ball off the floor and make you keep playing the point.
Clark keeps it inside. Abby Clark, another kill for the junior.
Yeah, and you just feel Gallia Academy hanging around a little bit. If you're Logan Elm, like I said, they're really stressing the ability to win this in straight sets. You don't want this to go forward. You want to go and put the team away.
Overpass from Binkley. Hammers down. That's Abby Clark.
Again, all made possible by the McWhorter serve.
Groff goes backside for King. Dig from Petro, now Barnes swinging away near side. She gets the kill. And a timeout, the second of the set for Coach Ridenauer and the Braves.
And again, look at the way Coach Ridenauer is using the timeouts. That tells me that he really kind of follows my line of thinking here. Remember, he used the one, 11-7. Now he uses 17-15. I think he just feels like he wants to make sure that they play out in front. As long as they're playing out in front up 2-0, a lot of pressure comes on every serve, every swing of Gallia Academy. All of a sudden, you let them back in this thing, play out in front, you're going to get a different type of Blue Angel attack.
So the second timeout of set 3 for the Braves. They lead Gallia Academy 17-15 here in the third, leading the match 2-0.
If you're Gallia Academy here, you have to be aware of the rotation. Claire King's going to come out of the opposite side on this first ball over. So you want a tough serve. Make sure you hit your spot. And then your block's got to be aware of her coming on this opposite side attack.
So the freshman J.C. McWhorter serves it away out of the timeout, and she gets the ace.
That's one way to not have to deal with King at the net, is just serve an ace.
Groff comes to the near side. King off the top of the block. Now the Blue Angels, now it's a roll shot from Barnes. Here's Groff front setting, King inside. Now Clark on the second touch, a nice one-arm dig from Binkley. Now Adeline Smith on the outside. She tools the block for the kill.
Yeah, if you're Gallia Academy, you had every opportunity. Your defense withstood 2 swings from King, and you just couldn't deliver the point. And then Smith gets a swing on the outside.
Clark front setting outside, it's Barnes. First touch from Liggins, now Groff to Smith. She's blocked Abby Clark defensively for the Blue Angels.
Again, another opportunity for Gallia to get even here. As King goes to the back row, this is their opportunity.
Groff goes to the outside, Smith. McWhorter bumps it to the near side. It's a free ball sent over by Frazier. Now Groff, one arm, sets it up for Liggins. Now backside, Clark will send it over on the free ball. Groff to Smith again. Her swing is long. We're tied at 18.
Again, not great rhythm from Gallia Academy because they stay in the point. They force the hitting error.
Groff goes to the far side. Smith again. This time she's able to get the kill.
Yeah, she's having a nice night. 7 kills. We talked about how important she would be to give them some offense, and she's been able to do that.
Ingram at the line for the Braves. Here's Clark to the outside. Frazier. Braves keep it alive. King the free ball. Clark on the slide action. Abby Clark ties it at 19.
Yeah, it's a big time play there. Clark to Clark. Little slide action. Great opportunity for Gallia Academy. Let's see if Logan Elm can answer here with a good serve receive.
It'll be the freshman Afton Graham at the line for the Blue Angels. Ingram setting outside. It's Groff with the left hand. 20-19, Logan Elm.
Again, what have I said about Kennedy Groff throughout the year? Winning volleyball. You know, coach, what do you need me to do here? And I can give it to my team in an efficient way. What a big time play that was at 19 all.
Clark to Frazier on the outside. And a hitting error for the junior Frazier.
Big point here. You don't want to go down 3.
Clark to Frazier on the outside. It's dug up by Ingram. Here's Groff. Savage. Up over the tape. Barnes to the middle and a free ball from Bennett. King setting on the outside. It's Groff. She was blocked. Liggins gets it over on the free ball. Tight to the net. There'll be another free ball, this time from Frazier. Ingram goes inside to Liggins. Now Clark, Frazier again. Ingram to Savage on the outside, into the back row. McCorder keeps it alive, a free ball from Bennett. Here's Ingram setting to the outside. Savage again, this time she gets the kill. Logan Elm by 3 here late in the third. Timeout, Gallia Academy. The Braves knocking onto the door of a district final appearance that would be this Saturday. It'd be their third matchup with Circleville on the year.
And Dewey, remember what we talked about in the pre-match coverage? We thought Logan Elm would need some balance, and we thought they would need some offense from other places. Well, here in the third set, Savage with 3 kills, Adeline Smith with 3 kills, Groff with that huge kill at 19-19, King with 3, and then Liggins even with 2. So up and down the lineup, Coach Wright and I are getting some offensive production, and that's just what the doctor ordered in terms of going at the size of Gallia Academy.
So no timeouts remaining for either team here in the final few points of the third set.
Just been so impressed with the maturity of Logan Elm throughout the evening. Gallia Academy comes back, as you expect a 23-0 team to do, and ties it at 19. And what do? They immediately respond with 3 straight points.
Here's Petty to serve it away for the Braves. Clark tight to the net, jousting match with Liggins. It goes to Logan Elm, and Lauren Aegis again. Another block defensively for the sophomore.
Yeah, she's been terrific at the net tonight. I have her unofficially with 4 blocks for a point on the evening. That's some outstanding defensive net play.
Blue Angels back to within 2, the first time they've reached the 20-point threshold tonight. Ingram keeps it on the far side, and a long swing from Savage.
Now it's Gallia Academy's turn to respond. Down 22-19. They scored 2 straight out of the timeout.
Ingram near side, goes to the middle. Kennedy Groff, now Bennett sets it up. Frazier near side for the kill. We're tied at 22.
Good ball there from Bennett to get it out in front, and Frazier finds the spot.
And an ace. Grayson Clark sticks it in as Gallia Academy takes the lead 23-22. Here's King to the near side, Liggins. Free ball over, now an overpass. Back over to Circleville, it'll be Savage far side. Now Frazier sends it into the back row. It'll be Ingram setting it up for Groff near side. She gets it over on the free ball. Clark, Frazier near side for the kill. Set point here in the third, coming up for the Blue Angels.
Grayson Clark doing a great job back at the service line. She's really picked on this back corner. She went short and then she went long, kind of keeping the serve receive off balance. Let's see what she goes with here.
Ingram goes to the middle, Groff. Nice dig from Barnes. Now Frazier near side ends it. Here in the third, 25-22 as Gallia Academy storms back late in the set to force a fourth set.
Big time defensive effort from Barnes there, and then Frazier, the hot hand on the outside. She had 6 kills, Dewey, in that third must-have-it set. And again, 23-0 won't go down quietly. I think we've got a good one on our hands. Stay with us here.
I believe it was 6 unanswered points to rally back down 22-19. Take it 25-22. A big set 4 coming up when we return to Logan. You're watching Ohio High School District Tournament Volleyball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio.
Since 1853, Tomlinson Insurance has been protecting families, farms, and businesses in our community. As an independent agency, we offer personalized coverage for your auto, home, farm, and business, plus health and life insurance too. And we proudly partner with Erie Insurance to give you peace of mind with reliable coverage at competitive rates. Tomlinson Insurance. Let our history be your future. Call us today at 740-773-4181 or visit us at tomlinsonins.com.
Wendy's has new chicken tenders. Crispy, juicy, tendery tendies. Ooh, that's fun to say. Tendies, tendies, tendies. And they're so good, maybe we should change our... For tendies you're gonna know by name, gotta be Wendy's.
We welcome you back to the Jim Myers Gymnasium here in Logan. The Gallia Academy trailed the Braves 22-19 late in the third set. Using that final timeout, they stormed back 6 unanswered points to take the third 25-22 to force the upcoming fourth set. What a match we've had so far here in the district semi.
Well, I give Logan Elm so much credit in those first 2 sets. I loved how they had come out, and they were really efficient, really did a nice job. When they went up big in the third set, you could tell by Coach Ridenauer's use of timeouts that he was really trying to almost beg his kids to stay with it, stay with it, stay with it. I think he understood the importance of putting them away. I used the term earlier as you kind of wake the giant, right? The 23-0 team, you have them beat in straight sets, unable to put them away. Until the Blue Angels credit, they come storming back, and hey, give them a lot of credit. No quit in them. Down 22-19, even after you tied it at 19. Remember, you had the Groff kill, and then you had 2 more points from Logan Elm. So down 22-19, as you described, 6 straight with Grayson Clark back there. Well, I guess they score the point, and then Grayson Clark goes and serves it from there on out. And I thought she mixed and matched some short serves, some long serves, and then Frazier on the outside was terrific, and give Barnes a star there defensively on that last set point. That was a big-time dig.
So Sadie Binkley will begin the fourth set. And we're back in action here at the Jim Myers Gymnasium. It'll be Clark going backside. Frazier, a big swing. The Blue Angels onto the board first here in the fourth. Petro at the line for Gallia. Tied to the net, Groff loses the jousting match again. Lauren Eaches defensively makes the big-time play for the Blue Angels.
Yeah, she's been really good, really active. I like how hard she plays.
Now again, tight to the net. Clark backside for Saunders. Now it'll be Groff bumping it over to King. A roll shot back over to the Blue Angels. Here's Aspen Barnes near side. And a double hit for Savage.
And again, you can just see it in the body language. Gallia Academy feels like they've been given complete new life, which in a way they have.
Groff bumps it, King far side, tools the block, but Grayson Clark keeps it alive. Free ball comes near side, misses the line. The Braves finally able to crack the scoreboard here in the fourth.
Yeah, great defensive play from Clark. Shame that the Blue Angels couldn't keep it off the floor.
Now Clark goes to Barnes. Her free ball won't make it over.
Well, and there's that serve receive, and then that's where, you know, obviously you want your setter to take the second ball, but you got to recognize her. She's got to do a better job, one or the other, if yelling help, and that ball can't hit the floor there.
Clark bumps it. Here's a roll shot from Barnes. Inside, it's Groff. She goes to King, who ties it at 3.
Yeah, if you're Logan Elm, you want to be really rock solid defensively here so that you can use King to her maximum ability while she's coming across the front row.
Clark to Barnes near side. Dug up by Binkley. Groff goes to Ingram on the attack. Frazier in the back row. Now Clark to Barnes again. This time the freshman's able to get the kill.
Slowly but surely, Barnes is starting to get more involved in the match. She hasn't had a lot of strong side opportunities tonight for just a variety of reasons. Some's been the Gallia Academy serve receive or just the rhythm they haven't been able to get into.
Groff sets it up. King streaking in right at Frazier for the dig. Now Barnes near side. She stuck it in for the kill. Just inside of that back left corner, it's 5-3 Blue Angels.
Again, give Aubrey Frazier a little star. Every time you can keep a King kill attempt off the floor, then you give your teammate Barnes a chance to respond.
Here's Groff to King on the attack. Changed up the tempo. Barnes the dig. Now on the attack, it's Saunders. She was blocked, but it flies out of bounds. (6-3) Blue Angels. Timeout Logan Elm.
Just so impressed with Saunders' growth throughout the year. I know you talked in the pre-match coverage, Dewey, about they went through some injuries and she had to step up her role a little bit. She's just really shown some great growth, hitting out of that opposite side, doing some work in the middle, wherever she's asked to swing. Seems to be pretty efficient in terms of what she produces for Coach Webb.
It was Aspen Barnes. She missed 7 matches in that middle streak of the season, and just talking with Coach Webb, she talked about Riley Saunders was a player that was put into an elevated role and thrived in it, and that's certainly what we've seen here come to fruition here in the district semifinal against Logan Elm.
And the other, I think you also give a lot of credit to Abby Clark, Aubrey Frazier. Remember how big a role they played last year. Sometimes, you have younger kids come in that can hurt chemistry or whatever. You watch this group play together, you can tell it's completely about the we, not the me.
Here's King out of the timeout. She sends it over to the Blue Angels, and she'll get the kill. So Macy Green will rotate in. She'll be at the service line for Logan Elm.
Macy had an ace back in that third set.
Clark goes to Abby Clark inside. A block from Smith. Now a free ball over by Bennett. Groff to King on the outside. Blocked up top. Abby Clark along with Riley Saunders defensively for Gallia Academy.
Yeah, nice job of understanding where the ball was going to go. They got 4 hands up there, and it's just enough of resistance to catch the ball.
Groff goes to Smith, far side, off the top of the tape. Bennett hits the deck to keep it off the floor, but Clara King bats the attack down. What a play defensively for the senior. Here's Clark Barnes. And the dig from King. Now Groff to Smith, far side. Roll shot from Barnes. Now Green will set. It's Smith on the attack, and she sails it long.
So again, Gallia now +3. They were +2 with King on the back row here. I feel like this is a really important stretch in this set.
Groff looks for Marlo Smith's near side. Off the top of the tape, it'll be Bennett bump setting to the near side. Frazier pushes it over with 2. Now Marlo Smith on the attack. Nice dig from McCorder. Clark on the attack inside for the kill.
Big time swing there from Clark in the middle, and again, you can just feel the momentum just flip completely from the first 2 sets to now here in the fourth.
Green back to the middle, a free ball sent over by Liggins. It'll be Clark coming to the near side. Frazier for the kill.
Dewey, you watch what happens there. Clark went on the slide, and she's had so much success with it. You watched how the entire front row defensively had to freeze, and Frazier got the open net as a result.
Groff bumps it up. It'll be a roll shot over to Gallia Academy. Now Clark inside is blocked. Back to the Blue Angels. This time they go with the slide action, and it's blocked. Evie Liggins makes the play for the Braves.
Yeah, what a big-time defensive effort there from Liggins. I didn't see who was over there with her, but she has the block in play, and then she follows the slide and gets the hands positioned correctly. Outstanding by the rookie.
Clark comes near side. Frazier off the top of the block for the kill.
Frazier starting to put together quite a night here as well. Unofficially, let's see, 6, 9, 12, 15 kills is what I have her for on the evening.
Far side, it'll be Groff swinging away. It's dug up by Frazier. Now Clark comes back to Frazier near side. Ingram to Groff on the attack. She's blocked, but it flies out of bounds.
Again, nice swing from Groff on the outside. Again, because they're using that libero spot, they just showed the substitution there. Get Bennett back in the game, so she'll be in the server seat.
Clark comes to Frazier down the line. It's dug up by King. Ingram to Savage on the attack, and she tools the block for the kill.
That was some big-time volleyball there from Logan Elm. First the defensive play from King, and then outstanding setter play just to get that ball out there.
Clark to Eachus, an opportunity. She was blocked. That was Liggins defensively again for the Braves.
Again, how about Liggins this time through the front row?
Petty at the line for Logan Elm. And that one will fall in. A strong serve from Kimberly Petty, the senior. Timeout, Gallia. So we now start to see Ashton Webb using that same strategy with her timeouts as we saw from Coach Ridenauer. Use it while you're still ahead to try and slow that momentum on the other side.
Yeah, well, and especially here with Petty on the line, because this particular server, along with Binkley's given him some fits throughout the evening. Statistically, I have Petty at least with 3 aces. I have about 7 marks on my paper where her serve has just completely dominated Gallia Academy serve receive in certain areas. So this is going to be a really, really important situation coming out of this timeout to see if they can pass the ball on target. Again, if you're just joining us, 9 seniors on the Logan Elm roster, and you can just really see it kind of in the way they handle certain situations throughout the match.
So out of the timeout, the senior Kimberly Petty serves it away. Clark back to the middle. Bennett on the free ball back over. It'll be set up far side for Savage. Now Liggins on the free ball back to Gallia Academy. Clark to Frazier on the attack for the kill.
Nice job of Grayson Clark staying out of the net. That ball took her real tight to the net. She does a good job staying out of there. And then Frazier with a big-time swing.
Here's Ingram. She'll keep it near side. Liggins streaking in. Clark keeps it near side as well, but for Frazier. Dug up by King. Ingram to Savage, far side. Blue Angels on the attack. It's Frazier up top. She was blocked, but the free ball will get over from Gallia Academy. Here's Ingram. Backside, Savage with the right hand. Bennett bumps it. Frazier, another opportunity. A roll shot dug up by Savage. Ingram on the second touch and a dig from Bennett. Far side, Saunders is blocked by Savage. Now they'll go to Saunders again. Savage catches a piece of it, but it'll fall in.
Clark shows a lot of confidence in the freshman Saunders. Block and play. Goes right back to her. Second time the kill.
Ingram coming to Liggins near side. That one will fall in.
Again, Aitchison, I thought that was Clark there, did a nice job, at least getting a hand on it.
Clark back setting on the attack. It's Frazier. Now Groff will flip it over on the second touch. A free ball. Frazier swinging away far side. Groff gets it over on the free ball, and she stuck it in. Excellent play defensively for the Braves.
Well, and again, we've seen it 4 or 5 times tonight where Gallia Academy goes on an elite attack and they feel like it's going to result in a point, and they kind of quit on it for a second. Logan Elm staying with it, gets the point.
Binkley serves it away for Logan Elm. Here's Clark coming near side. Saunders able to tool the block for the kill. And if you're Gallia Academy, you're relieved just to get Binkley off the line after one service. She's caught some fire a couple of different times in the match tonight.
Absolutely.
Here's Groff to King, far side. She was blocked. Back over to Logan Elm. It'll be King again, back left. Dug up by King. Now Bennett goes to Barnes. Groff back to King. Far side for the kill.
So Dewey, Logan Elm pretty much stayed right around 2 down while King went across that back row. Now she's back to the front. So now they've got an opportunity as they cut at the 1 to gain some momentum.
So here's Groff to serve it away, trailing by 1. It'll be Clark coming to Barnes near side for the kill.
Talked about Barnes really coming alive. 4 kills all of a sudden here in the 4th set. She's getting some strong side swing opportunities.
Groff goes to King on the outside. She changed up the tempo. It'll be Bennett setting. Saunders a roll shot. Now Binkley. Ingram will float it over the tape. Far side, it's Saunders into the back row. A nice dig from Petty. Here's Groff going to Ingram. A block from Clark. King goes right back to Ingram. Aspen Barnes setting for Saunders. Missed the line on the left side.
Yeah, I can't stress to you how hard both these teams are playing. Season on the line right here for Gallia Academy. Logan Elm trying to win it in 4, and we're starting to get some longer rallies, Dewey, where a lot of it's just incredible effort on the defensive side, both sides of the net, just not wanting the ball to hit the ground.
Clark goes to Abby Clark with the left hand, missed her target. Hitting air will tie it at 15.
Not a terrible idea. I see what she ended up looking for there, but I like in the middle when she just gets real aggressive and hammers it.
Clark right back to the outside looking for Saunders, who sticks it in.
Frazier, Saunders, and Barnes all with 4 kills here in this 4th set.
McCorder at the line for the Blue Angels, and she sneaks it over the top of the tape for the ace.
She now has 26 on the year, 2 on the night.
Groff bumps it over, but it'll fly out of bounds. 18-15 Gallia Academy timeout, Logan Elm.
Well, again, you catch a little you catch a little momentum. You get an ace, you come back, you catch a little bit of that tape air and it falls over, and then you come back and force an error. Now let's see if McWhorter can come out of the timeout and execute another good serve for Coach Webb. If you're Logan Elm, you've got the matchup in the front row right now that you want. Just a matter of passing the ball on target.
For the second timeout, no more remaining here in the fourth for Logan Elm. They trail Gallia Academy 18-15 here in the fourth set. Braves leading the match 2-1.
Again, the Gallia Academy block has to be aware of King coming out of the opposite side on the first ball over.
Here's Groff, backside looking for King. She's able to get the kill.
That's what we're talking about there. Good ball for her, and she delivers a kill. Now she'll go back to serve. Again, we've been stuck right around this Gallia Academy 2-point advantage for quite some time.
Barnes will take the second ball. It'll be a roll shot from Abby Clark. Nearly fell in and overpass back over to Gallia Academy near side. It's Barnes with the right hand. Now Groff, Adeline Smith on the attack, and a dig from Bennett. Clark to Barnes near side. She misses to the right side. So now Logan Elm +2 out of the timeout. They trail by 1.
Yeah, Gallia Academy's having trouble getting Abby Clark transitioned off the net. They had 2 or 3 opportunities there, and Grayson Clark really only had about one option on where to go.
Clark to Clark inside. Liggins the block for Logan Elm. Free ball sent over by McWhorter. Here's Groff to Smith, far side. Clark the block, back to the Braves. They'll go Smith again, but this time she's wide to the left. Lead back up to 2 for the Blue Angels. Barnes gets the ace. 3-point lead now for Gallia Academy. Maggie Arnett rotates into the back row for the Braves. Here's Groff. On the attack, it's Liggins. Now Green far side. It'll be a free ball over by King. Clark to Frazier near side. Arnett bumps it back to the middle and a free ball from Kennedy Groff. Here's Clark going on that slide action for Clark. Another kill. Abby Clark extends the lead to 4.
Yeah, great job defensively there for Logan Elm on the original ball, and then they go to the slide action and get the point.
Groff to the near side. It's Smith. Now the Blue Angels on the attack with Frazier, who tools the block for the kill.
Again, as the night goes on, Grayson Clark just starting to find really good rhythm with her top 3 or 4 hitters.
Groff bumps it, that's Arnett. She stuck it in. She pushed it over with 2 and got the kill.
Arnett's come in and giving him some nice play here.
Clark to the outside. It's Frazier for the kill.
Dewey 6 kills now in the 4th set. 21 on the evening. No, I apologize. 18 on the evening.
And an ace. Afton Graham makes it 24-18 set point here in the 4th for the Blue Angels. Here's Ingram inside, goes to Groff. She was blocked. Free ball over by the Braves. Now here's Clark setting it up for Frazier near side. She ends at 25-18 in the 4th.
Wow, just an incredible effort. I said Gallia Academy comes back there and and really steals the third set to stay in the match. And then there in the fourth set, you could just see it in their body language. The confidence started to rise in a much more complete set from start to finish.
For the second consecutive season, Logan Elm and Gallia Academy will go 5 sets in the district tournament, a pivotal 5th set when we return to Logan. You're watching Ohio High School District Tournament Volleyball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.
Mark. 6 months of training. 8 miles to go. A 3-way tie for almost last place.
You look good in these shorts, right?
And 3 years since he and his team at Ohio Health left cancer in the dust.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willie & Son Trucking. Willie & Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student-athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week presented by Willie & Son Trucking each week at sosaohio.com.
We welcome you back to the Jim Myers Gymnasium here in Logan as Gallia Academy has come from down 2 sets to none to tie the match at 2 apiece and force the race to 15 here in the D4 District Semifinal round. Circleville awaiting the winner. It ain't going to be easy either way for the Tigers, as both of these teams have been battling all night for that spot, that final spot in the D4 District Final this Saturday.
Yeah, they really have. Battle's a great word, and it's this sprint to 15. I can't stress how important it is to get off to the good start. We'll see which team can come out of the huddle here and score first and score often. You know, I always feel like you want to try to get out and win to 5 and then win to 10 and put yourself in a position there to win the thing. Playing behind in the 5th set, Dewey, very, very difficult to do.
And if you're just now tuning in, a scoring update so far throughout the night. The first 2 sets went with Logan Elm, 25-17, 25-19. Gallia Academy did not reach the 20-point threshold until the 3rd set. And when they did it, they were still trailing 22-19. You mentioned they really stole that 3rd set. And you say that because they were down 22-19. 6 unanswered points for the Blue Angels propelled them to that 25-22 set 3 win. And then all the momentum in the world was with Gallia. They stormed out to that lead in the 4th set and took it 25-18.
You know, dude, I've really enjoyed the coach in me's enjoyed the coaching matchup tonight, because you could tell in that 3rd set that Coach Ridenauer understood the opportunity that his girls were being presented, and he understood how important it was that they finish it off at that point. When they were unable to, you could almost sense Coach Webb thinking, man, if I could just get my girls to this 4th set, their confidence is going to return, and my real team is going to come back to the floor. And you can just kind of see that whole momentum shift. So now you're into that coin flip race to 15, and it's anybody's match.
So again, the winner here tonight will face off with Circleville, who took down Waverly in straight sets earlier on this evening in the D4 District Final this Saturday, right back here in Logan, with first serve at 2 p.m. If you can't be here in person, we'll be back here live from the Jim Myers Gymnasium. What a match that should become this Saturday afternoon. So set 5 will begin with Logan Elm. It'll be Sadie Binkley. The serve from Binkley has given Gallia Academy some struggles throughout the night. Here's Clark. She'll go backside looking for Frazier. Now Groff to King on the attack for the kill. So the Braves strike first here in the 5th.
Dewey, really nice play there from Ingram on the defensive side of thing that made all that possible. And then obviously King delivers, gets her team out in front.
Here's Clark near side. It's Saunders. Now Ingram to King, far side. She was blocked. Savage, a nice swing back over to the Blue Angels. Saunders, a roll shot into the back row. Binkley hits the deck to keep it alive, and a roll shot back over from King. Now Clark going to the outside. Up top, that was Frazier. She was blocked by King, but it looks like they'll have a violation against King. Or it may have landed out of bounds off of the block.
Yeah, I believe the block then hit the antenna. That's the way they signaled it from the back.
So we're tied at 1. A service error from Petro allows Logan Elm to retake a 1-point lead at 2-1.
That's something Gallia Academy hasn't had in quite a while, is a service error. Again, if you're Logan Elm, you really want to take advantage of these early rotations. King across the front row to play out in front.
A deep serve from Groff. So the two teams exchange service errors. We're tied at 2. Back to Gallia Academy.
Just missed her spot. Comes in serving 97% on the season and just barely misses one there.
Bennett serves it away for the Blue Angels. It'll have to be a free ball, and it is from King. Here's Clark to Clark. Inside for the kill.
Yeah, you could see that developing there. Again, poor serve receive. Defense was scrambling. Gallia Academy goes pretty quick. No block there.
Here's Groff to King on the outside. As Clark pushes it over with 2. Back to the Braves as Groff goes back to King. Back left corner, and we're tied at 3.
Yeah, King up to 16 kills on the evening. It's a team high. Frazier leads all players with 19 on my sheet.
Here's Clark to Clark. That quick action inside. She stuck it in the left corner. (4-3) Blue Angels. Here's J.C. McCorder at the line. And McCorder will get the ace.
McWhorter with 3 aces on the evening now. The freshman coming in had 24 on the season. Does some serving and back row play for Coach Webb.
Smith, the free ball over from Logan Elm. Here's Clark on that slide action. Abby Clark again.
Yeah, they've had no answer for it, Dewey. Now up to 19 kills on the evening. Frazier with the earlier kill, and this sets up to 20. So that combination there of 39 on the evening.
Far side, Groff bumps it up. Smith back over to the Blue Angels. Clark comes near side for Barnes, who's blocked. Claire King defensively makes the big play for the Braves.
Yeah, so tough to handle a tight set when you have the big athletic King there opposite of you at 6 foot. She makes the great defensive play.
Clark goes back to Abby Clark on that slide action again. She sneaks it inside of the block for the kill.
Yeah, so you got the serve back. Now a King into the back row, Dewey. Gallia +3. Barnes, a risk-reward server. This is a huge serve receive for Logan Elm.
Here's Groff. She'll go to Smith. Free ball over. It'll be Frazier near side for the kill. Gallia Academy leads by 4 here in the 5th. Timeout, Logan Elm.
Serve receive not bad there. They just didn't quite get on the attack. Had to free ball it over. Ball gets kicked outside to Frazier. And, you know, I've talked about the balance of this Gallia Academy attack. Aubrey Frazier up over 750 career kills now as a junior. And you think about the talent she's played with, 1 ball to go around. That's impressive. Abby Clark going to be pushing 500 and almost 50 by the time we're done here this evening. And then obviously Barnes, just a freshman. Saunders, just a freshman. So in basketball, to kind of give you a correlation, I always thought it was incredible if you had some classmates or even teammates score 1,000 points, in a volleyball sense, when you have that many kills throughout 2, 3, 4 kids, it just gives you an idea of the incredible balance that Grayson Clark is spreading the ball out to.
So out of the timeout, Barnes serves it away, up by 4. Here's Groff to Smith. Dug up in the back row. Here's Clark coming to Frazier near side. Another kill. It's a 5-point lead for the Blue Angels.
Again, you just don't have time to let the run go. If you're Logan Elm, it's got to stop now. If not, expect that second timeout from Coach Ridenauer.
Here's Smith near side, a free ball. Now McCorder to Frazier, a strong swing, and she missed that back right corner.
Yeah, missed opportunity for Gallia there. Had pretty much a free ball, and you couldn't quite get on target. Frazier tried to do everything she could with it. Maybe tried to do a little too much.
Clark goes to Abby Clark with the right hand, and she missed her target. Wide to the right side, Logan Elm back to within 3.
I thought there was a hesitation there. I didn't see the same timing on that slide play.
And a late timeout just before the serve for the Blue Angels.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I don't hate it. I mean, you had the hitting error, and then you came back. You were a speck off on your timing on the slide. Right now you got Grayson Clark in the front row with Frazier and Abby Clark. So she's live in the front row, so you need a good serve receive, and then you want to kind of figure out where you want to go. What we've seen here, Dewey, when they pass it on target, is we've seen Frazier come hard out of the strong side, and we've seen Clark go on the slide action, and it kind of really spaces the block up and down the net. But it all starts with a good serve receive to allow all that to take place.
How about Gallia Academy here tonight? You're down 2 sets to none, trailing in the third 22-19, and you come all the way back to now you have a 3-point lead, 9-6 in set 5.
Yeah, early in set, I wish I would have had that down in my notes. I was looking back. I thought they were down like 6 or 7 at one point in that third set.
So out of the timeout, Ingram serves it away for the Braves. Clark comes to Frazier. Now to the Braves, it's Ingram and Groff far side. Groff nearly stuck it in. A nice play from Barnes. Now Frazier back over to the Braves. It'll be Groff again. She goes into the back left corner for the kill.
Again, great play from the senior. Every point you can score to close this gap right there, and you get King across that back row.
It'll be Barnes setting Frazier near side. She'll push it over with 2. Now Ingram. Front setting to the outside for Groff. Now it's Clark back to Frazier. She sends it into the net. So now Logan Elm +2 out of the timeout. They trail by 1. It'll be Clark to Abby Clark on the attack for the kill.
Yeah, much better. And again, it starts with Aspen Barnes. Good, strong hands on the serve receive. Passes it right to her setter Clark, and that makes that all possible.
Ingram goes to the outside looking for Groff. Now the Blue Angels with Clark and Frazier back right. She missed her spot.
Like a little dodgeball there in terms of Macy Green, making sure she didn't contact that one. Gallia Academy's had opportunities. They've had some hitting errors here. Give Logan Elm a lot of credit. They're the ones in this set that wouldn't go away.
Petty serves it away, down by 1, and the ace ties it at 10.
Man, she's having a big time night. Depending on how you want to score a couple, she's up around 6 or 7 aces now. But nonetheless, she's had 9 serves that have impacted a point where Gallia Academy's really, really struggled. You can tell by their reaction to her ball that it's got some late life on it, a little bit of knuckle action.
Clark inside, goes to the outside. Frazier. Dug up by Ingram. Now Groff, a soft touch on the near side. It'll be Clark on the second touch and a dig from King. Now Ingram goes to Savage on the outside. She sends it into the net.
That's a big point there. Gives Gallia Academy here a chance to get the serve back.
Ingram sets it near side, looking for Liggins. Now Bennett to Saunders outside. A roll shot dug up by King. Back to the middle far side. It's a roll shot, rather free ball over by Savage. Now Saunders on the attack for the kill.
Well, Dewey, you and I have watched about, 10 sets of volleyball now as we get a timeout. We've watched 10 sets of volleyball in the last calendar year with these two teams. We're 12-10 in the fifth set. I think it's safe to say that they're pretty even.
It's a 3-2 match win last year for Logan Elm. And again, we mentioned the second consecutive year that these two teams have gone to a fifth set in the district tournament.
This has just been all kinds of fun, and you and I knew it would be. Yeah, we were highlighting this night of volleyball months ago when we watched the Division IV breakdown of teams come out, and we started predicting who it could be. And as we said, regardless of what happens here in about the next 10 minutes, the winner of this match is going to provide us an incredible Saturday stage against an awesome Circleville team.
So no more timeouts for Circleville here in the fifth. They trail 12-10. Clark serves it away for the Blue Angels. It'll be Ingram going to Groff inside for the kill.
Again, I've just used the term winner throughout the year with Kennedy Groff, right when her team needs her most. What a big time swing.
12-11, Gallia Academy leading Logan Elm. The Braves have Sadie Binkley at the line. Here's Clark. It'll be Saunders near side. Binkley onto the floor to keep it alive, and a free ball sent over by Savage. Now Clark backside looking for Frazier. It's dug up by Ingram. Here's Groff setting it up. King on the attack. Back to the Blue Angels. It'll be Saunders swinging away near side. She stuck it in.
Such high-level volleyball. I thought it was a great set going backside. Then you had a great defensive effort from Ingram. And then you play on and just the defenses just answered one another. Finally, Saunders finds the hole in the back middle.
Petro serves it away, up by 2. On the outside, King swinging away. Now Saunders near side. This one's up into the rafters. It'll be Binkley who bumps it up into the air. Now Ingram gets it over on the free ball from the bench. Near side, Saunders on the attack. Binkley goes to Savage. And no block is the ruling. Savage called for the fourth touch for Logan Elm, and it's match point here in the fifth, 14-11.
What a big time effort there. If you can't appreciate that, you just don't like sports.
Petro serves it away. Here's Groff to King on the outside. She snuck it in is the ruling. Chloe Bennett along with her coach Ashton Webb signaling that she got the hand in, but the up official called for the point.
Now they're gonna bring everybody in and talk it over. You can tell a lot of times you can tell by the genuine reaction, but I'll be honest, from here it was tough to say.
I think this could be a potential jump ball-like situation, and they just replay the point.
Well, we can go ahead and warn every. Well, I can give you one guess on what side of the gym didn't like that ruling.
So here we go. We're going to replay the down. It's 14-11. Petro serves it away. Here's Groff, King far side. Now Clark going backside. It'll be Binkley bump setting King. Back row, Bennett gets it back up into the air, and Clark on the free ball. Back over to Logan Elm. It'll be Groff to King far side. And that one will fall in. Logan Elm survives the Match point here in the 5th.
Just awesome volleyball, back and forth. Two teams that just don't want to lose, competing at the highest level. Let's see if Gallia Academy can get a pass on target.
Clark goes to the outside. It'll be Barnes who wins it in 5. Gallia Academy moving on to the district final. An improbable win for the Blue Angels, down 2 sets to none, trailing in the 3rd, 22-19, coming all the way back to win it in 5.
Well, 2.5 sets into this, there's no way you would have thought that was possible. But 23-0, now 24-0, just absolutely no quit, playing all the way to the end. They find a way in set 3, the momentum flipped. They kind of control set 4th, and then that set 5, those last 4 or 5 points, that's some high level high school volleyball. What a pleasure just to sit up here and call it.
And that'll set the table for Saturday's Division IV district final. It'll be Gallia Academy and the Circleville Tigers, the number 1 and number 2 seeds, coming into the tournament. And we'll have the payoff this Saturday at 2 p.m. first serve. If you can't be here, Shane, you and I will be right back here at the Jim Myers Gymnasium for what should be an instant classic.
Well, when the brackets had come out, we obviously knew the caliber of Waverly and Warren and Logan Elm, and we thought Circleville and Gallia Academy had an opportunity to be there on Saturday. Certainly wasn't anything for sure, and now we've arrived there, and I think I see no reason why those two heavyweights won't just swing back and forth at each other for a couple hours, and there's a good chance we'll be back here for 4 or 5 sets once again come Saturday.
Stick around, the post-game show to come. Final thoughts, stats, and I'm sure we'll have a little preview of Saturday's district final between Gallia Academy and Circleville. Again, stick around after the break, more to come. You've been watching Ohio High School District Tournament Volleyball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio.
At Chillicothe Comfort Heating and Air, your comfort is our priority year-round.
Whether it's blazing hot or freezing cold, we've got your back with fast, reliable service you can trust.
Locally owned, honest, and done right the first time.
We have financing options available for every budget, as well as 60 months 0% interest.
Call us today and feel the difference that comfort makes.
Kimberly. Tons of practice. One chop away from a black belt. 7 of the best sidekicks. And 5 years since her cancer diagnosis at Ohio Health.
Are you looking for the best deals on quality used trucks and cars?
Great news, Chillicothe Truck has what you're looking for.
Choose from a wide selection of makes and models. All vehicles undergo a detailed multi-point inspection and extensive reconditioning before hitting the lot. Our friendly team offers a no-pressure sales experience, ensuring you find the perfect vehicle to fit your needs. Plus, you can customize your ride with our extensive range of truck accessories, from bed covers to lift kits. Stop by 173 Rennick Avenue in Chillicothe or call us today at 740-773-8782 to get started right now.
Glo Fiber is now in Ohio. And with gig speed fiber internet, we're keeping things real. As in real, reliable speeds. Real people who really want to talk to you. Not to mention, real simple pricing. Switch to Glo Fiber today to get real fast, real reliable fiber internet and your first month free. Glo Fiber is here. Welcome to Glo Ohio. Call 1-833-WANT-GLO or visit glofiber.com to switch today.
At North Fork Animal Clinic, we're more than your pet's health care. We're your neighbors. We combine top quality veterinary care with the availability you can count on, keeping tails wagging and pets thriving. And as proud supporters of youth sports in Southern Ohio, we're committed to helping our whole community grow strong. North Fork Animal Clinic, caring for pets, supporting our community.
For 175 years, the Glockner name has stood for trust. Today, that promise continues. Every time your family turns the key. Generations have trusted us for one reason. We never stopped caring. From preschool drop-offs to road trips, you leave our service center knowing your family is in the safest hands possible. 175 years of social proof that this isn't just service. It's a promise from our family to yours.
We welcome you back to the Jim Myers Gymnasium here in Logan. Dewey Daly alongside Shane Combs for tonight's broadcast. Shane, we had a straight set win, Circleville over Waverly in game 1, but we had everything but that in game 2. It goes to 5 for the second consecutive season between Gallia Academy and Logan Elm. This time, it's the Blue Angels who come out on the winning end to advance to the district final against Circleville this Saturday. What a match.
It was. You felt like it could easily just accidentally go 4. You even thought it could go 5. You just never dreamed it would go the way it did to get to 5, with Logan Elm. I thought Logan Elm came out in a real mature approach. I thought they handled the environment much, much better as the older group with 9 seniors that we'll highlight here in just a second as they've played their final match and really left a great mark on the Logan Elm program. But I thought they just handled the nerves and some of those things better, made far less mistakes. I thought Gallia Academy, if I'm just going to give an honest analysis, I just thought they were nervous and they were a little bit shook. So now, they're down 2-0. They come out. Even in the third set, it wasn't looking good, and then they fight back and figure out the way to win that one. Then the momentum kind of flipped. I thought Gallia Academy kind of controlled the 4th set, and then that 5th set was obviously a coin flip, and the Blue Angels were able to get the coin to fall in their favor.
And again, what a matchup. The table is set now for Saturday. What a matchup that's going to be between Gallia Academy and Circleville. We were talking during the break. Feels like Gallia Academy and Circleville match up very well together. Again, it should be an instant classic, very similar to what we saw here tonight between the Blue Angels and Logan Elm.
Yeah, I think so. I mean, the teams mirror each other in a lot of ways. And what's ironic is, Gallia Academy's probably been used to being the bigger team on most nights. They'll still have plenty of size to match up, but Circleville is going to present a challenge that maybe they haven't seen as much of this year. So both teams are going to have a lot of balance, a lot of size up and down the net. If both teams have a little bit of a weakness, they can get risk-reward on their serve, and they can get a little bit shaky in their serve receive. So that's probably going to be a big, big factor because there's going to be all kinds of firepower up and down the net in all 6 rotations. I don't really worry about those 2 teams getting stuck in any rotations because they have plenty of weapons in all 6 spots. So really the service game will end up being a big, big factor in that one.
And Shane, before we go off the air, who are some players that you expect to really excel in that matchup come Saturday? Obviously, we've talked more recently about Gallia Academy, but just some players for Circleville. Obviously, we're going to see a lot of Allie Thornsley, Drew Hoskins, Addison Edgington. Those are some names that pop out on the roster right off the bat, but certainly a deeper roster than that.
Well, I really thought Thornsley, with the way they started to use her as a hitter a little bit, I thought she really had some different ways she can impact the match. She's an elite player, one of the best players in our entire coverage area. So I would star her a little bit in that matchup. And then I think Grayson Clark does a great job of quarterbacking this, because the reason I say the setter, and I know I'm biased, but the reason I say the setter is because when you have that level of size and talent across the net, it is so important, Dewey, that your setter make the right decision and put the ball in the highest percentage spot for the hitter to get the best chance at the net without so much size across. So the 2 setters are going to be huge. Before we get off here tonight, I think we would be cheating the kids if we didn't take an extra second. Let's name these 9 seniors here. We've got Kimberly Petty, Kylan White. We've got Kiki Ingram. We've got Sadie Binkley. We've got Claire King. We've got Kennedy Groff. We got Adeline Smith, Marlo Smith, and Macy Green. And instead of going through a whole lot of stats, I mean, King did have the 18 kills for our viewers that were curious. Groff with 8 and Smith with 7. I would rather almost just talk about them as a group real quick in terms of what they've meant to that Logan Elm program. I mean, they've done a lot of winning. They handle themselves really, really well. They seem to be a classy bunch. And I just wanted to tip a cap and let them know that I think it's been an absolute privilege to call their stuff over the course of the year. Then on the winning side, check out these stats. Check out this balance. 22, unofficially, 22 for Aubrey Frazier on the kill side. Abby Clark with 21. Well, then Saunders with 11, Barnes with 8. Remember, Barnes didn't really get going, didn't really get a whole lot of opportunities through those first 2 or 3 sets. Then she really came alive in the 4th set. And then Eachus, I thought, was really important at the net. We had her unofficially for 4 blocks and 3 kills. And then some of the young kids, J.C. McWhorter jumps out at me here. Afton Graham, Ari Rice, all of those kids were called upon to do some serving, and I thought they delivered at some key times. So, as always, Bennett's back there working hard in the back row. I would say Grayson Clark probably had a 50 assist night just based on those kill numbers. I don't have that official number in front of me. But, man, up and down the lineup, Coach Webb, you could tell she wasn't afraid to use her roster. I mean, she made changes in her serve receive. She made changes in her service game, and at the end of the night, they ended up being 3 points better.
All righty, well, that'll wrap things up for us here tonight. Shane, any final thoughts from our doubleheader here in the D4 District Semi?
Hey, thank you to Logan. What an incredible host. What an incredible atmosphere and facility. A pleasure to call that game, and I can't wait to get back here Saturday with you to do another one.
And again, if you can't be here in person and you do want to catch the Gallia Academy Circleville District Final, Shane and I will be back here, first serve at 2 p.m., so you got to figure pregame will probably start close to 1:45, 1:50 is when we typically go on there, about 10 to 15 minutes beforehand, but again, what a matchup that should be. I mean, just on paper.
Yeah.
That's a good
well,
matchup.
And we didn't forget about our Division 5 people. I know we have crazy volleyball junkies in the area in the Division 5. We're going to pick up those 3 teams to the regional next week. So you and I, we're just getting started here in Logan. We've got some pretty good volleyball ahead of us.
Yeah, just hanging out here at Logan for, I believe it'll end up being 6 District Plus tournament matches, 3 district tournament games in Division 4, and then obviously the 3 coming up in the regional, as the Southeast District is obviously guaranteed a team in that regional final.
Right. Yeah, that's outstanding. So real excited to see what our area can send to the Final Four.
All righty, well, that'll wrap things up for us here tonight. Again, Gallia Academy taking down Logan Elm in 5 to advance to Saturday's district final, where they'll face off with the Circleville Tigers. For Shane Combs, I'm Dewey Daly saying so long from the Jim Myers Gymnasium. You've been watching Ohio High School District Tournament Volleyball on Southern Ohio Sports Authority, presented by Ohio Health.